from Overland Park to Parkville. You're listening to Mundo in the Morning on 95.7 FM, KCMO Talk Radio.
It is 8:33 on a Tuesday morning on KCMO Talk Radio, and that means every week at this time we set aside these 10 minutes for you. Let's do it.
It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM KCMO.
Are you talking about
How dare you?
Are you talking about
All right, Tirade Tuesday starts off with Rick in Kearney. Go ahead, Rick. What is your tirade?
Pete, I'm blaming you for the Chiefs moving over to Kansas City, Kansas. Because you're sitting over there broadcasting KCMO from KCK.
Well,
You showed them it was okay.
well, I showed him it was okay. No, that's we still have on KCMO the reason we can use the call letters, despite the fact that 95.7 is not KCMO, is that KCMO AM, our 710 affiliate and radio station, is towered in Kansas City, Missouri, and licensed to Kansas City, Missouri. Where we broadcast from physically is a different conversation there. But please, Rick, don't blame me. There were no subsidies to move KCMO down the road to to where we're at here at Corporate Woods. I mean, there was no $6 billion deal to get us down here. I promise you that.
Oh, I believe you.
All right there, Rick. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
All right. The tirade's against me. It's all my fault. That's fine. I'm used to that at home anyway. 913-408-7957. Jeff and Shawnee, what's your tirade? Go.
Hey, first of all, you knocked it out of the park last week, Thursday and Friday. You had great shows, man. I hope we don't lose you to the national field there. You did awesome.
Oh, filling in for Vince? That's very nice. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, you killed it. Anyway, hey, my tirade is with Dan Bongino. Man, you interviewed for a job 2 or 3 years. You got the job, and now you're back doing podcasts. Obviously, you saw something you didn't want to report on. You built us up, told us all these great things you were going to do. I can't listen to the guy anymore, man. He's broke my heart, man, just like in The Godfather. Fredo, I knew it was you, man. I just can't do it no more, man. I had such esteem behind him, and then he goes in, gets his job for 6 months and books and does podcasts. He's lost me.
Well, point taken there, Jeff. Thanks so much. I mean, I wondered how it was going to work for Bongino when he took the job with the FBI, left after a year, and came back to his audience. Like, would they welcome him with open arms? I'm not here to say whether you should or shouldn't, but it's a balancing act because of exactly what Jeff just said. And because what he was alluding to, where you go in there and you kind of have this grandiose idea of how it's going to go, and that it doesn't really work out that way. 913-408-7957. The caveat, of course, is that he was not running the show and running the department, but still, it's why you got to be careful sometimes when you talk a big game and then you go to do it, and then you're there for a little bit and you're out. So we'll see. 913-408-7957. That's how you join us on a Tirade Tuesday. Lines are open. John will get you right on the air. 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday goes to KCK. Steve, go.
The Republicans. I'm a truck driver, Pete. I watched a special this weekend with 60 Minutes about a trucking company called Super Ego and how they're resetting drivers' clocks and ripping off drivers for their pay. Delilah's Law has to happen. The SAVE Act has to happen. The Republicans have to get off their butt and make these laws. They have to happen. It's important for the safety of our families, everybody out there on the highway, and the future of America. They've kind of just put these two laws on the back burner. These are Republicans in control. These laws have to happen. Republicans, please, do filibuster or whatever, make these two laws, Delilah's Law and the SAVE Act, happen. Thank you, Pete.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Delilah's Law, for those that don't know, is legislation aimed at improving roadway safety What it does is it restricts CDLs to U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and specific work visa holders. It's named after 5-year-old Delilah Coleman, who was injured by a truck driven by an illegal immigrant. So that's what he's referring to there. 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday goes to Lee Summit. Ron, let it rip.
Yeah, my tirade is that you have a tirade when you have one of these jokers on like you did this morning from Jackson County and ask them, well, what about us people like me? And many of us spent thousands of dollars paid in to the taxes under protest, and they were supposed to be put in a special account, and apparently it wasn't. And when I call, and it's not supposed to be put in the general fund, and when I call down at the county, I don't know anything. You have to talk with appraiser's office. You have to talk with the county executive's office. And you get the big runaround. I can't get an answer. Why haven't I seen a cent of my money? And all of us people that spent thousands and thousands of dollars and was not supposed to be put in the general fund and get it back. And I can't get an answer where my money's at and why I'm not getting interest on it. And while we're at it, what about the schools and the children of all these illegal immigrants that were getting a free education and 2 square meals a day and sending them home with food? What about them that we're paying for in Jackson County? And there's many of them. And I know I can speak personally of that.
All right. Well, thank you very much there, Ron. You know, I don't think that's Phil Lavota's fault, though. He just took over a few months ago from Frank White. If you're upset with the money being spent by the county and the schools on the property tax fiasco, I mean, there's a lot of people to be mad at. I don't think Phil Lavota's one of them, who was on the show last hour talking about how they're going to do property tax credits for people who overpaid on their taxes in Jackson County. So I appreciate the tirade, but I think your frustration may be pointed at the wrong people, because Phil Lavota's the one guy who's actually trying to fix the problem and do something about it because of Frank White's disastrous tenure. Carl in Independence, go ahead on Tirade Tuesday.
Hi, Pete. I was at the City of Independence meeting last night where they're talking about selling off our historic museums. And, there was at least 100 people in the lobby for the overflow. I counted 50. They were all packed in like sardines, and then another 50 or more in the council room itself, packed in like sardines. So there's a good 100 people there to attend a city hall meeting on this subject. And I went down the agenda, and I didn't see anywhere on the agenda that they were going to discuss that, but I did see a lot of money being spent on all kinds of stuff. And the city's complaint was that the museums are expensive and they haven't maintained them. So basically it's bad management and they want to sell them off. And the only thing they did was to start a study group, which is the usual runaround. And after 45 minutes of listening to them blab on about insurance policies, I couldn't take it anymore. I left.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Carl. I am. That's frustrating, man. But you know what? You learned something else by being there. You learned about the wasteful spending elsewhere while they say they can't maintain basic museums, which are really not a big lift or a big cost.
Well, I found out something interesting about the power plant, but that would change the subject on my tirade, and that's against the rules.
All right. Well, you can't leave me with that tease. I'll give you 15 seconds. What did you learn about the power plant?
They want to spend $600,000 for an engineering study on how to hook up the new generation to the Southern Power Pool. And this is $600,000 for a study.
Hey,
to hook it up.
Good.
And this is all supposed to be part of the data center that's going to make us so much money.
Yeah. Wow. $600,000. Well, I'm going to get into the study business when I'm done with this whole, media thing. That's what I'm going to do. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday goes to Belton. Nathan, go.
Hey, Pete. How's it going? I'm active military. I drive from Belton, Missouri to New Century, Kansas every day. It's 40 minutes each way. And my tirade is for all of the drivers in Kansas and in Missouri. You guys are horrible. How about you do the speed limit when it's time to do the speed limit? How about if you're in the fast lane, you do the speed limit or pass the car and get into the cruise lane? You got people that are driving in the fast lane with their arm out the window, not a care in the world. I've driven all over the world, to include Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're better drivers than the drivers here. I have to say it. I'm sorry. It's horrible, and I'm 40 minutes each way to work. I love y'all, but I'll defend y'all, but you guys need to work on your driving.
All right, Nathan, that is a tirade of all tirades.
I think Nathan's actually frustrated because it's a 40-minute travel, but it would be a 20-minute distance in a straight line if we just cut straight across. So it's a PIA to do that route.
That is a good point as well. Mike, go ahead. Tirade Tuesday. Let it rip.
Hey, I'm calling about Moron Zondani. I mean Zoran Mondani. The free buses. He should have played Zoltar in the movie Big with Tom Hanks, but instead, the 12-year-old Tom Hanks would have put the coin in his mouth, and he would have woke up and still been a 12-year-old boy.
Not bad, Mike. Not bad. I can't give you an A+, but I'll give you an A for effort. All right? Sound good?
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Nice job there, Mike. Appreciate it. There you go. Tirade Tuesday is all wrapped up here on KCMO Talk Radio.